Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are finally gonna get back to my slides for my trip. It's been a few weeks now, which is crazy. But we're finally gonna go into the Japan leg of the trip, and of course, if you haven't watched already, I started off two sessions worth of my Korea trip. Definitely go check that out if you have not already. But without further ado, let's start with Japan. So. I decided to stay in Tsukiji, and Tsukiji was, of course, the old, popular fish market area where lots of fishermen would come and sell their fish there, and amazing restaurants just right at the at the market where you can get probably the freshest fish you could in Japan. That moved locations because I guess the Tsukiji area that they were in was quite old and like not up to code, so they kind of moved the main position to a different city. But the stores, the restaurants there still thriving, so lots of fun. Let's get the photos up there. There we go. So this is a look at my little hotel. Very tiny, right? Very cozy space, but I mean, I don't need that much room to lie around in, so that's pretty nice. What you can't see is the TV that was actually quite big. Actually, I think I might have a photo of that later. But it was nice, and I was trying to go to this restaurant here. I just was walking around. Obviously, I didn't go for any reservations or anything, but unfortunately, this place was well. They said it was reserved, but there wasn't that many people there. But I guess they were afraid, if somebody that just jumped in and would take too long to wait, to make somebody who has a reservation to wait would not be good. So kind of a bummer I missed out on this, but I found the next best thing, and I was able to get to a sushi place that right in front of the chefs on the counter, making them for me right away. And oh boy, are we in for a treat, because that is a lot of good sushi that I had there. Very memorable. I'll have the restaurant location up at the very end of this line of videos, but not videos, photos. But I love taking pictures of food. Obviously I want to of course eat it quickly because they're making it fresh, and the great part about this is you're at the counter, all of the sauces that they would need is already put on there for you. So how sometimes those like info scenes that you see on the internet, like, oh, make sure you eat it properly with your hand, and or make sure you don't dip it or whatever. They will help you out. If they give you the stuff, just use it how you please. If they tell you it's ready to go, you just eat it as is. This is great. So first, that is a piece of hirame, very tasty. And then I have my cheat sheet here, so I gotta make sure I have that. And then some katsuo. And obviously I don't know these English names off the top of my head, so go ahead and take out a cheat sheet there. If any of these look appetizing, all of them tasted amazing. Like it was just fresh goodness. This is sawara, and then we got some nice miso soup with, I think it was a chunk of just Thai, and oh man, that was amazing soup. And I think like aosa there, it's not like it's just like a different kind of seaweed there, so really tasty there. Oh yeah, there we go. Now this is the akagai. It's tasty, and himo Q, the Q, unfortunately there is cucumber. If you don't know, that is one of my most hated vegetable in the world. Please disappear from the earth. But it's fine. Gotta make do with what you have there. It was still good. And then they also had a nice little like pickled what was it, satoimo, I think. But just a nice pickled vegetables to give a nice sour twist with what you were having there. I believe this is the Kimmedai Aji Hotate. I believe this was a free choice by myself. There was a few sprinkled around there where the chef was like, feel free to pick anything from the list there. Obviously, if you pick the more expensive one, you gotta add a little bit more at the end. But that hotate tastes so good. This is aburi toro, where they take a piece of tuna and torch it. So good, so good. And you got a little bit of that like ponzu daikon on top. I'm getting hungry thinking about it again. And anago, which is of course a fresh sea eel. Super tasty. I love anago so much. And then of course some ikura salmon roe. And just when you have bad salmon roe, it tastes like just salt, the ocean, terrible. But when you have good ikura, it is amazing. And if you don't like it, I think honestly the reason is because you haven't had good ikura yet. Definitely try it out at a nice place first. I didn't like it at first, but once I had some good ikura and realized how tasty it was, can't go back. And of course we get some chu toro here. Lovely chu toro. It was part of the specials for the day that they had on the backboard behind all of the chefs. Glad to get some of those. And of course, same thing, everything I said about ikura applies for uni, probably doubly for uni, because bad uni is terrible. But when you have just the creaminess that you get from the uni, from a good uni, you can't forget that. And one of my favorites too, amaebi, sweet shrimp. It's not like the boiled shrimp that you normally see as your standard, sushi fare, but the amaebi, just the nice little, I don't know what, the texture is just so unique and very nice. Love that. And kawahagi here. This one I was just like, chef, just give me something that you would suggest at the end. And that was really, really good. Now there were a few sushi plates that I did miss. A botan A is what? What's A? I'm drawing a blank. Was it Anta? I don't know. The one that had the big wings. The one. Yeah. Nekitoro. Just a nice, just ground up tuna in a roll. That was really good. And some gesso was octopus legs, I guess. But there you go. Sushi Dai, and this is the Honkan, which is it's the main restaurant, and very nice, right? They had counter space. I think it was just 8 people. They do have a second floor, so if you want to still order it, but not the counter experience, they had that. But definitely recommend, if you can, trying to find a counter experience there. It's just so good, so good, so good. And of course, as is usual for the case when I'm gonna be in Japan, I always grab something on the way back from one of the convenience stores. Japanese convenience stores, amazing quality. Even if you want to get like a lunch or dinner from them, got great stuff. You got bread, baked goods, fried goods, and of course desserts. They are competing with each other. All of the big convenience stores always trying to create new just desserts to enjoy. And I got this caramel cream puff, so good. That disappeared in seconds. That's why there's no picture of the actual cream puff, because that just gone. So good. And of course, all the different sodas you can get, the different flavors. Today, that night, I got this premium pear soda. Very nice flavor, very tasty. Loved it so much. Enjoyed that. And of course, yeah, there you go. Just me enjoying the end of the day with some Tosochu. It was a special episode on Netflix, which is not usually the case. Love this show a lot, but I gotta admit there was something off with the hunters. I don't know, just they didn't seem like on their game. Obviously, they don't want it to end really early, so I don't know if they did some weird stuff there, but I don't know, something about this special was a little bit off. As a longtime fan, I've watched every Tosochu, I feel like, so it was fun to watch, um, for sure. And obviously, I did just come from Korea. 2 hours, not that big of a trip, but that actually wasn't the end of the day though, because I decided, after watching some TV, you know what, I still wanted to get some food, so late night ramen. This was 11 o'clock when I went out there. And let me tell you, what country in the world would you actually want to even think about going out at night and like, you know what, I'll actually walk to this place. 10 minutes to get some ramen in a place I have no idea where I'm at. I don't know. Obviously, it's not. I mean, obviously, Japan isn't 100% safe. There's some shady areas here and there. You gotta keep your eyes out for stuff. But I don't know. There's just something about Japan that makes you feel a little safer than other places. Hidakaya. Now, obviously, you can see that I am a big fan of Saito Kyoko, and Saito Kyoko, her catchphrase is "Ramen daisuki Saito Kyoko desu." I love ramen. I'm Saito Kyoko, right? Her favorite place, number one, despite all the other restaurants that she's been to in the world, she always says number one is Hidakaya. And not only that, Hidakaya, gave her the title of like Angel of Ramen or something like that. And she is like the official, well, I guess they can't really call her that because they have kind of a competing brand right now that they're advertising for. But she is, big proponent of Hidakaya and their Chige Miso Ramen. This Chige Miso just always says amazing. And, it's a limited time event. I've never gotten the opportunity to eat it until now. And this year, they actually released this dish earlier than usual, at the same date that the most recent single for Hinatazaka, Hoshi to Tsuki ga Odoru Midnight. The same day that released, the Chige Miso Ramen released. And I just love that from that corporate office. Like, Hidakaya, great job. Love you guys. Here's the food. It was amazing. And of course, always wanted to take a photo with Kyonko there. But just the right amount of spice. It's not that spicy. Egg, kimchi, the nira, the noodles are just like, the nice thick noodles too. It's just everything about those flavors in that bowl was just amazing. And you can see the price. No, actually, you can't see the price there. No, there you go, on the bottom right, 670 yen. That is not that expensive. You get also the gyoza plate. That's under 10 bucks easily. Very tasty. This place happened to be open 24 hours. Not all of them are open 24 hours, but what a perfect late night meal. And sasuga my oshimen. This is an amazing dish. If I had more time in Japan, I probably would have gotten this a second time for sure. Probably if I was up late and still hungry, I would have probably seeked out, go again and gotten it. It was that good. So definitely recommend if you're in Japan, late night hunger pang, or you just pass by and like, oh, I remember that. Highly recommend Hidakaya. They're all over the place in Japan. So, at least in Tokyo. I don't know about the rest of the country, but at least in Tokyo, you could easily find one. Somewhere, or take at least a train ride to get one. Very, very good. Do I want to keep going? Yeah, I think I can keep going a little bit. Next day, Kokoichi was doing a collab with Hinatazaka, and all you had to do was order the katsu chicken and get a half topping of something else. And you can see here this menu full of Hinatazaka, and each member has a suggested topping that they enjoy. So you could pick one, and thankfully my Oshimen picked one that was on the cheaper side. Not that it would matter, I would have probably picked whatever she ordered, unless it was like cucumber something. But everything there on the bottom right, you could pick one, add it to your dish, and you would be set. And I mean, look at that, it is quite good. And the great thing about Kokuichi, you can adjust the rice plus minus. If you get less, you'll take off money from the price. And you also pick the spiciness. You get 1 through I think 10 you can pick. I went with a 5, I believe, and that's a good amount of spice. Nothing too crazy, but nothing it's not light either, right? So very tasty. And of course, you can see here on the bottom left that when you order this particular dish, you'll get a coaster. Get 12 different coasters that you can pick up. 10 of them individual members by themselves, 2 of them is a group, 5 of them at once. And of course, got it after finishing. Happy to see that. And well, I got the group, and thankfully Kyonko was in there. Obviously I was a little afraid of, well, am I gonna have to get Kokoichi many times to try and get Kyonko here? Because that's, while I love curry, and I will warn you, there's gonna be a lot more pictures of curry coming up, I don't need Kokoichi curry that much, right? So I was happy to at least get that. And so happy to get this coaster. We'll keep it safe somewhere. And Kyonko's in the middle there, so at least that's good enough. So that's that. Then I believe I decided to spend the afternoon in Akihabara a little bit, look around for other idol stuff. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that I could buy from Hinatazaka, and stop by Mr. Donut. Obviously the pondering is one of the more famous items there, and I believe that was a custard filled donut as well. And of course the ever tasty green soda in Japan, melon soda. Just a nice little rest, because I was walking around for a bit afterwards, but not too hungry quite yet. And of course, went to a few of these stores like the Lama Rama, I guess. And these big stores will have one of the members come in and sign those posters. This is the past one for Kimishika Katan, the 5th single, so that was a year ago. And then I guess this is kind of like Haruyo was here, and of course Haruyo is my 3rd gen favorite member, so glad to see that here. So pretty cool to see all of that in the different stores. I guess this one you see Hinano signed it for Sonna Koto Nai yo, and again Haruyo there. So I mean, that was really cool to see for sure. And then dinner. This is quite up there in pretty good food. I mean, arguably it's maybe the top dish that I had in Japan, so I highly recommend this. Hamburg Taichi. And Hamburg is what is it? Hamburg steak, Salisbury steak kind of. But I decided to get some appetizers. They had a kind of special side dish combo where you could get either 2 side dishes and a drink, or 2 drinks and a side dish. I obviously went for the 2 side dishes and a drink. You can see the ginger ale in the back, because I don't drink alcohol. But on the front there, you can see is scallop cream croquettes. Oh, that was so good, so good. And then this here is a nice baked dish. It was bacon, potatoes, and cheese in a tomato sauce there. Bacon, potato, cheese in a tomato sauce. Oh, that was so good. And here we go. Baked gyusuji, which is beef tendon, and a hamburger in the middle, cover it cheese, bake it. Oh my god. And there's like spaghetti in there too. And warning to those of you, I normally don't like showing half-eaten food, but like, just how amazing the insides of this dish were, right? All the gyusuji, the hamburger, the spaghetti, all of that mixed together with with that cheese and the lovely sauce around there. Oh my god, that was amazing. Now, actually, I went here hoping to get the beef tongue, and basically what it was is, imagine, you got the hamburger with your rice. They just put a huge chunk of beef tongue on the top of that, and just, oh, it looked amazing. But they ran out of the beef tongue by the time I got there, so really sad. Almost certainly a place that I would love to go again. If you go to Japan with me, you want to go to this place, I will happily go there again and get another dish. So good. But warning to those of you who are planning to go to Japan, there are many places that still only take cash. Please be careful about that. Make sure you're ready with cash in Japan, because that is something you have to worry about. And then finish off the night with some ginger ale Calpis soda. And Calpis, interesting, of course the name doesn't sound the most appetizing in English. Calpis a little different, but in the US it's actually marketed as Calpico. You can understand why. But it's a nice creamy drink, and this is the soda version, so it's bubbly with ginger ale. This one tasted awesome. And the other item that I got was this pumpkin pudding, and this wasn't actually that amazing. It was all right. I love pudding, just a nice pudding flan, and then that pumpkin mousse on top is just really, really nice. But okay, that ends day 2. I did also get a bunch of stuff from the idol shop that was in Akihabara. I will save that for the next video to kick off before I do some even more idol fanboying journeys, and yeah, a lot of fun. So that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. Part 2 will come not too long from now, hopefully. And if you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You'll get day 2 sooner than later. And until next time, bye bye.